This is problem 41A. I'm looking at page 144 in the textbook, and again, I'm going to go fairly rapidly, knowing that you can stop at any time you wish. The problem has the trial balance, and you would be writing in the account names and their balances, and this would be like trial balances you've done in chapter 3, where you've done all your transactions, figured out your ending balances, and then added all your accounts with debit balances and all your accounts with credit balances. When you do that, you want both of your debit column to equal your credit column. Also, when you do this, once you get done with this and get your total, I'm just going to put a different fill here to show that you would want to have a single line above these totals and a double line underneath. Okay, now we're looking at the instructions. It says we have used up $106 worth of insurance. Our prepaid insurance has decreased by $106, so we're going to go to the line for prepaid insurance, and we're going to put it in the adjustment column. And since this is our first transaction, we're going to label it with an A and then put in the $106. So the A there represents that it's our first transaction. The amount that we have used up, the $106, represents insurance expense for us. So we would write in insurance expense, and that would be a debit. So we're going to put that over in the debit column. And again, it's going to be identified with an A in parentheses. So we will later make a journal entry where we debit insurance expense for $106 and we credit prepaid insurance to bring that asset account into line with the current value. We also have a transaction B where we record the depreciation on office equipment. So we have to record that depreciation as expense. So we have a depreciation expense office equipment account. And like any other expense account, when it increases, it's going to be a debit. So we're going to label that with a B and show it as an $800 increase. Now the credit will not go to office equipment. It would look like we sold part of it, and we have not. It's just less value. We have a special account called Accumulated Depreciation Office Equipment where we record the write-off. So this is a brand new account. It's called a contra asset account. And if you had office equipment in your general ledger, accumulated depreciation office equipment would be the very next account. It's a contra asset account. Assets are plus minus. Contra asset accounts are minus plus. This account now is increasing, so we have to record it on its plus side, which is the credit. So this is also part of transaction B, and that's what would go here. Now in real life there could be many adjusting entries, but for right now that's all that there are here. And so what I'm going to do is we would total these two columns. If you total your debits, it's 906. If you total the credit column, it's 906. I'm going to show a fill there to show that there would be a single line above and a double line underneath. Now I'm going to do something here which I think is kind of helpful. I'm going to show the rest of this worksheet, and I'm going to just say that there would be a line. So if you put a line all the way across from where I'm pointing to the right side of your transaction, that would be very helpful to you. The adjusted trial balance is where you combine what's in the trial balance with what's in the adjusted trial balance. So here's cash. It's not been adjusted, so the adjusted balance is just the same. So we're going to go over here, and it would just be bringing that amount over. And the next one is accounts receivable. There's no adjustment, so we come over, we just transfer it over. Prepaid insurance has been adjusted. We started off with 362. We've now gone to 106. So if you subtract the credit from the debit, you still have a debit balance, but now the balance is $256. That's how much we have left. The equipment is, we put down how much we paid for it, hasn't been adjusted, so you're going to bring $439 over. Same thing, accounts payable. Accounts payable is not adjusted, so we're going to bring this credit over to this credit column. Capital has not been adjusted, so this balance of capital comes over here as a credit. And the debit has not been adjusted, so we're bringing the debit to drawing over here as a debit. The revenue account has not been adjusted, so this 2520 credit is going to be brought over here as a credit. And rent expense has not been adjusted, so this is going to get brought over, as well as travel expense will be transferred over the same. And supplies expense is brought over, and utilities expense is brought over, and also miscellaneous expense is just transferred over because they have not changed, they haven't been adjusted. However, when you go a little bit further here, we have an account here, we have insurance expense that now has a balance, so we need to bring that over. Doesn't have a B anymore, it's just the balance. And also the depreciation expense is going to be brought forward, that debit, and the credit to our contra asset account will be brought over. So what we've done here in the adjusted trial balance is we've combined the trial balance totals with the adjustment totals to bring it up to date. So when we're done, we're going to now add both of these columns together, and when we do that, both sides should equal, and we're also going to single line above and double row underneath. And I'm going to stop this one.